gotten a chance to meet the Heller family when I was an assistant coach at Creighton University in the early 90s. I don't remember if it was Brent specifically or his mom Gwen that reached out to me once I got the Bellevue job and made me aware of Brent and obviously his career at Roncalli High School, and he was very interested in the opportunity that Bellevue University was going to provide him.
Brent and I came here together as freshmen in 2000 to play basketball for Coach Eisner. That first year was spent most of the time at the end of the bench, where we quickly became All-American trash talkers to the other team, much to the dismay of Coach Eisner at times. He'd kind of just look down and give us the look.
Really took off. He started to show some things as a sophomore that we had a really good idea that going into his junior year that he could lead us into having some really successful seasons.
Brent Heller is one of the most unique people and certainly basketball players that I've ever been around. And in 20 years, I haven't coached a player or coached against a player that reminds me of Brent Heller. He has this innate sixth sense or feel or vision to be able to anticipate what's going to happen just before it happens.
He just has unbelievable instincts and high basketball IQs. There was a really sharp level of intelligence in terms of how he played the game. Talk about the physical attributes, really long, really quick, great anticipation, ability to pass the basketball and make his teammates better. But Brent Heller made me a lot smarter basketball coach when I put the ball in his hands. And
on a team filled with hyper-competitive personalities, every day in practice was an absolute war. From time to time, it would go way past basketball, and there would be, wrestling matches and things like that. And if it was video game sessions after practice, there were oftentimes fights over ridiculous things. He was the lead dog in terms of just competitiveness, being relentless to win at everything. And so because of that, he just played so hard. It's impossible to adequately describe the effort that he played with.
His energy level was unbelievable. So he won the Mr. Hustle Award at the national tournament in 2004. So I think we played 205 minutes, if I'm correct. I think he played 201 of those 205 minutes. I think the first round game we beat somebody, fairly easily, and I think I took him out the last 3 minutes of the game, and he played every minute of every other game.
He just had a take that seemed to be limitless. Like it would absolutely never, ever go on E. He was every bit as fierce of a brother and a teammate and a friend as he was a competitor on the court.
So we asked these guys that were returning to make some sacrifices going into their last year, or at least Brent's last year. And, someone like Jared Anderson, his sacrifice was he went from having pink hair as a junior to having his normal hair color. Ben Holling, sacrifice was to not try to get 20 speeding tickets, try to calm him down a little bit in terms of his ability to get to practice on time. Brent literally said this to me. His sacrifice his senior year is he went from smoking 2 packs a day to 1 pack a day.
This dude, senior year, smoked a pack of cigarettes a day and played 37 minutes a game. In the NAIA National Tournament in 2004, he was given the Hustle Award because as the player of the 32-team field that essentially played the hardest. And I'm telling you, in 2004, if NIL was a thing, Brent Heller would have had a Marlboro Reds deal. Like it is insane. It is insane how hard he played.
I think he made such a mark. I mean, typically when you go to those events and you lose in the national championship, the teams that win the national championship are the ones that get all the awards. And for him to be named Mr. Hustle, I think epitomizes his career. He orchestrated everything we did on both ends of the floor, but his most important characteristic is he made everybody else better. Really set the tone for us those last 2 years of his career.
When he's out there playing this way, they would go along with him. And that was why that 2014 was so special, was because guys saw him playing that hard and they felt how much he cared about them as a teammate and as a brother. So you just feel obligated. Very unique person, truly one of a kind, Brent Heller. So proud of you, brother. This is unbelievably deserving I'm super excited to see you get up on this stage and talk about yourself, because I know how unbelievably uncomfortable you are going to be. And for everybody else watching, there's so many Brent Heller stories that I have that I couldn't possibly say on camera. But if you come find me here in the next few minutes and take me to the bar for a drink, I will tell all. Brent, congratulations, man. I love you. Go Bruins, B Unit.
Really, really proud of you tonight. Congratulations on being inducted into the Bellevue University Athletics Hall of Fame in 2025. I've been doing this a long time. I've had a lot of special players. You're right up there as one of the best players I've ever coached, one of the most impactful players that I've ever coached, and I'm so glad and happy for you that Bellevue University is recognizing you tonight. Congratulations on being a member of the Bellevue University Athletics Hall of Fame.
Well, he said it in the video that I dreaded this moment. As excited as I was to get the award for the last 10 days, I thought I had enough time. I was going to write some down. I had all this stuff running through my head, and I couldn't put anything on paper. So that's why she's a doctor, and I do what I do for a living. But to start off, I want to thank the Hall of Fame committee, all you guys over there that put in all the work, everything. I'm gracious. Ed carrying on the torch that Mr. Mosser left you, and doing it with a smile a little bit. Coach Mosser, you always know when you played a good game and you played 100% the best you could, he wouldn't say anything to you. That was his compliment. He didn't say anything. He also didn't say anything when you lose and you played a bad game. He wouldn't even look in your direction. That was his, you suck tonight. His favorite was when you would win and then you sucked while you won. Then he would say something, smart comment to you. That was about as good as it gets. And I don't know if he voted for me or not. I got a call shortly after I found out that I was inducted, and they were driving in a car, and I didn't check the voicemail because I didn't know the number. I didn't check the voicemail until about a month later. And Gloria's telling me, congratulations, you deserve it, and in the background, I didn't vote for you. That's what he said. So, I mean, the nicest guy in the world. This place wouldn't be where it is to this day. I mean, the guy coached for 20 years. 20 years. He was the first inductee to the Hall of Fame. 20 years, he won over 200 games. I played for 4 years, and I won about 110 games. And it took me a while. Took me a while to make it to where he is, but I did. All seriousness aside, I mean, Gloria and Jerry, like I said, this place none of this happens without you guys. Your whole family, great people. I'm thankful to have you in my life. Coach Eisner, which wasn't far off from Coach Mosser. There wasn't very many niceties said at any point. If they were saying something to you, it wasn't nice. And when he did something good, there wasn't anything said. And I was fine with that. It's kind of how I grew up. I'm okay with that. And Eisner, for me and these guys back there wasn't a better perfect storm at one point to happen. We were all kind of misguided, coming from nowhere, good where we played at, but not great players. And then when he got a hold of us and molded us into what we didn't think was possible, we already thought we were good enough, and he showed us another level. It was one of the most unbelievable things. And I've been coaching 10 years, assistant coach and whatnot, and you look to find the stuff you went through and all that, you look to find exactly what he did and to see it come to fruition. And rarely does it happen. Rarely does it happen. But my buddies over there in the corner, kids over there, I swear to God, I was a high flyer. I played above the rim, and I had a great jump shot. I don't know if you guys even noticed in any of those speeches, I don't think they said anything really positive about my basketball game besides being competitive. But those guys, and I know it's cliche, everybody comes up here and talks about the teammates, the players, and stuff like that. They weren't lying. I didn't have a great jump shot. Half the time I had Jared or Holling dribble the ball up the court because the guy who was guarding me was really fast and I didn't want to take the extra time to dribble it. Jared had a post player guarding him. It made more sense for you to just walk the ball up the court, Jared. But those guys back there, day in, day out, and like I said, this is no cliche. It's not me, just making stuff up for a speech. Like day in, day out. Terrence O'Donnell, didn't see that many minutes, but this guy went balls to the wall every day in practice. Practice squad got his guys fired up. We practiced hard at every little tiny drill known to man. The competition was something else. Nobody sat out of an injury. You got bumped or bruised. Every practice we were sweating and we were in the training room because it was just vicious, absolutely vicious. And Ben Holling will swear up and down that we were great basketball players, but if you look at the picture of last year's team that made it in the Hall of Fame, we had 11 guys, and 6.5 of them played. So we played 37, 38 minutes a night, and I think we had the best scoring offense, scoring defense. We had the best differential out there. But Eisner, 32 minutes into the game, he bring the subs in, and they made one mistake. They came right back out. We'd be up 40 points. Heller, go back in there. That was what he taught you. And I know a lot of kids, well, I didn't get a chance to warm up. You didn't have a chance. So if you didn't have that much chance to get your body going, you better make sure and prepare and practice that you're ready to go when your time's called. But on top of that, Terrence, you want to say anything else positive about me? Trying to quit smoking. But this whole speech thing's got it fired back up. It's going to happen sooner than later. But I don't think you guys know, and my buddies over there, I don't think you guys really ever understood. I don't know if I even liked the game of basketball. We traveled round and round and went to playgrounds and played people we shouldn't have been playing. These guys too, it was all about competition to me. And it didn't matter what we were playing, didn't matter what sport, but we competed. And that's what I loved. I loved about those guys is every single guy on that team from top to bottom gave every single thing that they had. And when you give everything you have and you realize that in your teammates, you can feel free when that one person takes a second off that you can get in their butt and yell at them because you know that you're giving it all you have. And I told Jared yesterday during the golf outing, I think the most euphoric moment in my life was the national championship game that we lost. And we played, like I said, I think it was 37 minutes a game. They used to call it the toughest tournament in the world because our toughest college tournament because you played 5 games in 7 days. And when you play 5 games in 7 days, 37 minutes, by that time your body's not working like it's supposed to be working, especially if you're playing the way you should be playing. And I don't think I had a stat line barely even that day. I played that whole game, whatnot. I don't really remember much of it. I remember Jared was carrying us. Jared was also giving up 40 points to another guy. And I told him, he's like, well, what if? But when you lay everything on the floor and you give everything you have, which life and a job and a relationship and anything you do, you can always go back and say, what if? like I said, 0 stat line, and I left that court knowing that there was nothing left in my body that I could have gave. And it was an amazing feeling because I hate losing, but there was nothing else that I had to throw out there. And I think Coach Mosser realized that, and he actually told me good game after that. First time ever. But going to the next point, I want to thank obviously my teammates, my family that's went to every game, working 2 jobs. You didn't see them much, but you saw them at every game. And my lovely mother over there, which she can tell you if you ask her, Jerry Mosser once flipped her off one time. Not a lie. It really happened. Mom's an angel. But my dad, on the other hand, and I think this is where we got it from, we didn't watch Michael Jordan. We went to basketball games, we went to high school games, but we watched Larry Bird over and over. He had tapes of Larry Bird. And we watched, he would point out him diving into the stands for a ball. He'd point out him getting on the floor for a ball. He'd point out all these teammates just doing what they have to do to win a game. And it was never, I mean, you can blame him for my shot sucking because I was about 130 pounds and he wanted me to shoot like Larry Bird, just over my head and snap my wrist. Well, I lifted about 100 pounds at the time, so that wasn't happening. But on top of that, I know my brother's here. I'm thankful for all that stuff. Like I said, Mosser, Eisner, my dad, my family, all something in common. There's not many compliments given. But when you know you're doing the right thing, you don't need that. It was nothing negative. It wasn't nothing bad. You didn't expect it. It never bothered you. You just knew you gave it all you had. And if you didn't, then you're going to hear it. So once again, thank you, everybody. I am absolutely honored to receive this award. Thank you very much.